200 phrasal verbs you need to know, everyday English for beginners. Add up. Meaning to make sense or total numbers. Example. His story doesn't add up. Or add up the bill. Tip. Use for logical consistency or math. Scout. Meaning to invite someone on a date. Example. He asked her out to dinner. Tip. Common in romantic contexts. Back off. Meaning to retreat or stop being aggressive. Example. Back off, you're too close. Tip. Informal, used in confrontations. Back up. Meaning to support or make a copy of data. Example. I'll back you up in the meeting. Or back up your files. Tip. Used for support or digital safety. Blow up. Meaning to explode, inflate or get angry. Example. The balloon blew up. Or he blew up at the news. Tip. Context determines explosion or anger. Break down. Meaning to stop working or lose emotional control. Example. The car broke down on the highway. Or she broke down in tears. Tip. Common for machines or emotions. Break in. Meaning to enter illegally or adapt something new. Example. Thieves broke in last night. Or break in your new shoes. Tip. Used for crime or wearing in items. Break up. Meaning to end a relationship or disperse. Example. They broke up last month. Or the crowd broke up after the event. Tip. Common for romance or groups. Bring back. Meaning to return something or recall memories. Example. Bring back my book. Or this song brings back memories. Tip. Used for objects or nostalgia. Bring up. Meaning to mention a topic or raise a child. Example. Why did you bring up that issue? Or they brought up 2 kids. Tip. Use for conversations or parenting. Call back. Meaning to return a phone call. Example. I'll call you back later. Tip. Common in phone communication. Pull off. Meaning to cancel something. Example. They called off the meeting. Tip. Used for events or plans. Calm down. Meaning to become or make someone relaxed. Example. Calm down, everything's fine. Tip. Used to soothe emotions. Carry on. Meaning to continue doing something. Example. Please carry on with your work. Tip. Encourages continuation. Catch up. Meaning to reach the same level or reconnect. Example. I need to catch up on homework. Or let's catch up over coffee. Tip. Used for tasks or social meetings. Check-in. Meaning to register at a hotel or airport or contact someone. Example. We checked in at the hotel. Or I'll check in with you later. Tip. common for travel or updates. Check out, meaning to leave a hotel, examine or pay at a store. Example, we checked out at noon. Or check out this new phone. Tip. Context determines meaning. Cheer up, meaning to become or make someone happier. Example, cheer up, it's not that bad. Tip, used to lift spirits. Clean up, meaning to tidy or resolve a mess. Example, clean up your room, or they cleaned up the scandal. Tip, used for physical or figurative messes. Come across, meaning to find by chance or seem a certain way. Example, I came across an old photo, or she comes across as friendly. Tip, great for discoveries or impressions. Come back, meaning to return or regain popularity. Example, I'll come back tomorrow, or this trend came back. Tip, used for returns or trends. Come up, meaning to arise or be mentioned. Example, a new issue came up in the meeting. Tip, common in discussions or problems. Count on, meaning to rely on someone or something. Example, you can count on me for help. Tip, shows trust or dependability. Cut down, meaning to reduce the amount of something. Example, I'm trying to cut down on sugar. Tip, used for habits like eating or spending. Cut off, meaning to interrupt or disconnect. Example, the call was cut off, or they cut off the power. Tip, common for communication or services. Drop by, meaning to visit casually. Example, I'll drop by your house later. Tip, informal for quick visits. Drop off, meaning to deliver or fall asleep. Example, I'll drop you off at school, or she dropped off during the movie. Tip, context is delivery or sleep. Eat out, meaning to dine at a restaurant. Example, let's eat out tonight. Tip, common for dining plans. Fall apart, meaning to break or fail emotionally or physically. Example, the old chair fell apart, or she fell apart after the news. Tip, used for objects or emotions. Figure out, meaning to understand or solve something. Example, I can't figure out this puzzle. Tip, informal for problems or confusion. Fill in, meaning to complete a form or substitute for someone. Example, please fill in the application, or I'll fill in for you at work. Tip, used for paperwork or temporary roles. Find out, meaning to discover information. Example, I found out she's moving. Tip, common for learning news or secrets. Get along, meaning to have a good relationship. Example, we get along really well. Tip. Describes friendships or teamwork. Get away. Meaning to escape or take a break. Example, I need to get away for the weekend. Tip. Used for vacations or escapes. Get back. Meaning to return or recover something. Example, I'll get back home by 6. Or can you get my book back? Tip. Used for returning or retrieving. Get over. Meaning to recover from something. Example, I'm trying to get over my cold. Or get over your ex. Tip. Common for illnesses or emotions. Get up. Meaning to rise from bed or stand. Example, I get up at 7 a.m. or he got up to greet us. Tip. Everyday use for mornings or movement. Give away. Meaning to donate or reveal something. Example, they gave away free samples. Or don't give away the secret. Tip. Used for gifts or secrets. Give in. Meaning to surrender or agree reluctantly. Example, I gave in and ate the cake. Tip. For yielding to temptation or pressure. Give up. Meaning to stop trying or quit something. Example, don't give up on your dreams. Or I gave up smoking. Tip. Used for quitting habits or efforts. Go out. Meaning to socialize or stop burning, e.g. fire. Example, let's go out tonight. Or the fire went out. Tip. Context is socializing or extinguishing. Grow up. Meaning to mature or become an adult. Example, kids grow up so fast. Tip. Used for aging or maturity. Hand in. Meaning to submit something. Example, hand in your homework by Friday. Tip. Common in school or work. Hang out. Meaning to spend time casually. Example, let's hang out this weekend. Tip. Informal, popular among friends. Hold on. Meaning to wait or grip something. Example, hold on, I'll grab my phone. Or hold on to the railing. Tip. Used in phone calls or safety. Keep on. Meaning to continue doing something. Example, keep on studying for the test. Tip. Similar to carry on, emphasizes persistence. Keep up. Meaning to maintain pace or stay informed. Example, I can't keep up with the class. Or keep up with the news. Tip. Used for learning or trends. Look after. Meaning to take care of someone or something. Example, I'll look after your dog. Tip. Used for caregiving or responsibility. Look forward to. Meaning to be excited about something future. Example, I look forward to meeting you. Tip. Polite, often in emails or plans. Look up. meaning to search for information or improve. Example: look up the word in the dictionary. Or things are looking up. Tip: used for research or optimism. Make up, meaning to invent, reconcile or apply cosmetics. Example: she made up a story. Or they made up after the fight. Tip: context determines story, piece or makeup. Pass out, meaning to faint or distribute. Example: she passed out from heat. Or they passed out flyers. Tip: context determines fainting or sharing. Pick up, meaning to collect, learn or improve. Example: I'll pick up the kids. Or she picked up Spanish quickly. Tip: versatile for objects, skills or people. Put off, meaning to postpone or discourage. Example: let's put off the meeting. Or his attitude puts me off. Tip: used for delays or negative feelings. Run into, meaning to meet unexpectedly or encounter a problem. Example: I ran into an old friend. Or we ran into trouble. Tip: informal for meetings or issues. Run out, meaning to use up or expire. Example: we ran out of milk. Or my visa ran out. Tip: common for supplies or time limits. Set up, meaning to arrange or establish something. Example: they set up a new business. Or I'll set up the meeting. Tip: common for plans or organizations. Show up, meaning to arrive or appear. Example: he didn't show up to the party. Tip: informal, used for attendance. Take off, meaning to leave, remove or become successful. Example: the plane took off on time. Or her career took off. Tip: context is travel, removal or success. Turn down, meaning to reject or lower volume. Example: she turned down the job. Or turn down the music. Tip: used for refusals or adjustments. Turn off, meaning to switch off or repel. Example: turn off the light. Or his jokes turn me off. Tip: common for devices or feelings. Turn on, meaning to switch on or excite. Example: turn on the TV. Or music turns me on. Tip: opposite of turn off, context matters. Work out, meaning to exercise, solve or turn out well. Example: I work out every morning. Or it'll work out fine. Tip: used for fitness, solutions or optimism. Tup, meaning to misbehave or malfunction. Example: the kids are acting up today. Or my phone is acting up. Tip: used for behavior or technical issues. Ask around, meaning to inquire from multiple people. Example: I'll ask around about the job. Tip. Informal for gathering information. Back down. Meaning, to withdraw from a position or argument. Example, he backed down from the challenge. Tip. Used in conflicts or debates. Blowout. Meaning, to extinguish or fail dramatically. Example, she blew out the candles. Or the team blew out the game. Tip. Common for candles or sports. Break out. Meaning, to escape or start suddenly. Example, they broke out of jail. Or a rash broke out on her arm. Tip. Used for escapes or sudden events. Bring down. Meaning, to reduce or make someone sad. Example, we need to bring down costs. Or bad news brought her down. Tip. Used for prices or emotions. Call up. Meaning, to phone or summon. Example, I'll call her up tonight. Or they called up the reserves. Tip. Used for calls or military contexts. Carry out. Meaning, to complete or perform a task. Example, they carried out the plan. Tip. Formal for tasks or orders. Clear up. Meaning, to tidy or resolve confusion. Example, let's clear up the kitchen. Or can you clear up this issue? Tip. Used for cleaning or clarification. Come down. Meaning, to decrease or visit. Example, prices are coming down. Or come down to my place. Tip. Used for prices or casual invitations. Come over. Meaning, to visit someone's place. Example, why don't you come over tonight? Tip. Informal for visits. Cut up. Meaning, to chop or act silly. Example, cut up the vegetables. Or he was cutting up in class. Tip. Context is cooking or behavior. Drop out. Meaning, to quit school or a competition. Example, she dropped out of college. Tip. Common for abandoning commitments. Eat up. Meaning, to consume completely. Example, eat up your dinner. Tip. Used for food or resources. Fall behind. Meaning, to lag in progress. Example, I'm falling behind in my studies. Tip. Common for school or work. Fill out. Meaning, to complete a form in detail. Example, fill out this application. Tip. Similar to fill in but for detailed forms. Get in. Meaning, to enter or arrive. Example, get in the car. Or the train got in late. Tip. Used for vehicles or arrivals. Get out. Meaning, to leave or escape. Example, get out of the house. Or she got out of trouble. Tip. Used for exits or avoiding problems. Give out. meaning to distribute or stop working. Example, they gave out free samples. Or the engine gave out. Tip. Context is sharing or failure. Go back. Meaning to return to a place or time. Example, I'll go back home tomorrow. Tip. Used for physical or mental returns. Handout. Meaning to distribute. Example, they handed out flyers. Tip. Similar to give out for physical items. Hang up. Meaning to end a phone call or suspend something. Example, she hung up on me. Or hang up your coat. Tip. Common for calls or hanging objects. Hold up. Meaning to delay or rob. Example, traffic held us up. Or they held up the bank. Tip. Context is delays or crime. Keep away. Meaning to avoid or stay distant. Example. Keep away from the edge. Tip. Used for safety or avoidance. Let down. Meaning to disappoint someone. Example, don't let me down at the meeting. Tip. Used for trust or expectations. Look out. Meaning to be careful or watch for danger. Example. Look out for cars. Tip. Common warning phrase. Move in. Meaning to start living in a place. Example, we moved in last week. Tip. Used for relocating. Move out. Meaning to leave a residence. Example, she moved out of her apartment. Tip. Opposite of move in. Pay back. Meaning to repay money or get revenge. Example, I'll pay you back tomorrow. Or he paid back the insult. Tip. Context is money or retaliation. Pick out. Meaning to choose or select. Example, pick out a dress for the party. Tip. Common for shopping or decisions. Put on. Meaning to wear or stage something. Example, put on your jacket. Or they put on a play. Tip. Used for clothes or performances. Put up. Meaning to erect or tolerate. Example, we put up a tent. Or I can't put up with noise. Tip. Context is building or patience. Run away. Meaning to escape or flee. Example, the dog ran away from home. Tip. Common for kids or animals. Show off. Meaning to display proudly or boast. Example, he loves to show off his new car. Tip. Informal can be negative. Take up. Meaning to start a hobby or occupy space or time. Example, I took up painting. Or this desk takes up too much space. Tip. Used for hobbies or space. Throw away. Meaning to discard or waste an opportunity. Example, don't throw away old clothes. Or she threw away her chance. Tip. used for trash or missed chances. Turn up, meaning to appear or increase volume. Example: he didn't turn up to the meeting. Or turn up the radio. Tip: opposite of turn down. Blow away, meaning to impress greatly or be carried by wind. Example: her performance blew me away. Or the papers blew away. Tip: used for amazement or wind. Break off, meaning to end a relationship or stop suddenly. Example: they broke off their engagement. Or she broke off the conversation. Tip: used for romance or discussions. Bring along, meaning to take someone or something with you. Example: bring along your friend to the party. Tip: informal for inviting extras. Plan, meaning to visit or ask for help or answers. Example: I'll call on you tomorrow. Or the teacher called on a student. Tip: used for visits or classrooms. Check up, meaning to verify or investigate health. Example: the doctor checked up on her. Or I'll check up on the facts. Tip: used for health or confirmation. Come along, meaning to accompany or progress. Example: can I come along? Or the project is coming along well. Tip: used for joining or updates. Cut back, meaning to reduce spending or usage. Example: we need to cut back on expenses. Tip: similar to cut down for budgets. Drop in, meaning to visit unexpectedly. Example: she dropped in for tea. Tip: similar to drop by, informal. Fall out, meaning to argue or fall from something. Example: they fell out over money. Or my pen fell out of my bag. Tip: used for disputes or accidents. Get through, meaning to complete, survive or contact. Example: I got through the exam. Or I couldn't get through on the phone. Tip: versatile for tasks or communication. Give back, meaning to return something borrowed. Example: please give back my book. Tip: used for returning items. Go away, meaning to leave or disappear. Example: I wish this headache would go away. Tip: used for travel or problems. Hand over, meaning to give something to someone. Example: hand over the keys. Tip: formal for transferring items. Hang on, meaning to wait or hold tightly. Example: hang on a second, or hang on to the rope. Tip: similar to hold on. Hold back, meaning to restrain or hesitate. Example: she held back her tears. Or don't hold back in the race. Tip: used for emotions or effort. Keep off, meaning to avoid or stay away from. Example: keep off the grass. Tip: common for warnings or restrictions. Let in, meaning to allow entry. Example: let me in, it's cold. Tip: used for physical or figurative entry. Look into, meaning to investigate or examine. Example: I'll look into the problem. Tip: formal for research or issues. Pass by, meaning to go past something or someone. Example: I passed by the store. Tip: used for physical movement. Put away, meaning to store or tidy up. Example: put away your toys. Tip: common for organizing. Run over, meaning to hit with a vehicle or review quickly. Example: the car ran over a pothole. Or let's run over the plan. Tip: context is accidents or reviews. Set off, meaning to start a journey or trigger something. Example: we set off at dawn. Or the alarm set off panic. Tip: used for travel or reactions. Take away, meaning to remove or subtract. Example: take away the dishes. Or let's take away 5 from 10. Tip: used for objects or math. Throw out, meaning to discard or expel. Example: throw out the trash. Or he was thrown out of the club. Tip: similar to throw away. Turn around, meaning to reverse direction or improve. Example: turn around, you're going the wrong way. Or the company turned around. Tip: used for movement or recovery. Ask for, meaning to request something. Example: she asked for help. Tip: common for seeking assistance. Back out, meaning to withdraw from an agreement. Example: he backed out of the deal. Tip: used for canceling commitments. Break through, meaning to overcome a barrier or succeed. Example: they broke through the wall. Or her talent broke through. Tip: used for obstacles or fame. Bring in, meaning to introduce or earn. Example: they brought in new rules. Or this job brings in good money. Tip: used for rules or income. Pull out, meaning to challenge or announce. Example: she called out his mistake. Or they called out the names. Tip: used for criticism or roll calls. Come up with, meaning to suggest or create an idea. Example: he came up with a great plan. Tip: common for brainstorming. Cut out, meaning to remove or stop doing something. Example: cut out the shape. Or cut out the junk food. Tip: used for crafts or habits. Drop down, meaning to fall or lower. Example: prices dropped down this month. Tip: used for declines or physical drops. Fall down, meaning to trip or fail. Example, she fell down the stairs, or the plan fell down. Tip, used for accidents or failures. Get off, meaning to leave a vehicle or avoid punishment. Example, get off the bus, or he got off with a warning. Tip, context is transport or consequences. Give off, meaning to emit or produce. Example, the flower gives off a sweet scent. Tip, used for smells or signals. Go over, meaning to review or visit. Example, let's go over the notes, or I'll go over to her house. Tip, used for checking or visiting. Hand back, meaning to return something. Example, the teacher handed back the tests. Tip, similar to give back. Hold off, meaning to delay or resist. Example, let's hold off on the decision, or they held off the attack. Tip, used for postponing or defense. Keep in, meaning to confine or retain. Example, keep the kids in during the storm. Tip, used for staying indoors or control. Let out, meaning to release or make something larger. Example, they let out the prisoners, or let out the dress. Tip, used for freedom or tailoring. Look back, meaning to recall the past. Example, I look back on those days fondly. Tip, used for nostalgia. Pass on, meaning to share or decline. Example, pass on the message, or I'll pass on dessert. Tip, used for communication or refusals. Put down, meaning to place or criticize. Example, put down the book, or don't put her down. Tip, context is placing or insults. Run off, meaning to flee or produce copies. Example, the kids ran off to play, or run off 10 copies. Tip, used for escaping or printing. Set out, meaning to begin a journey or goal. Example, they set out to climb the mountain. Tip, used for starting endeavors. Take back, meaning to retract or return. Example, I take back what I said, or take back the defective item. Tip, used for apologies or returns. Throw up, meaning to vomit or raise quickly. Example, he threw up after dinner, or they threw up a quick shelter. Tip, context is illness or construction. Turn back, meaning to return or reverse. Example, we had to turn back due to snow. Tip, used for reversing direction. Wake up, meaning to stop sleeping or become alert. Example, I wake up at 6 a.m. or wake up to reality. Tip, used for mornings or awareness. Break away, meaning to escape or separate. Example, she broke away from the group. Tip, used for independence or escape. Bring out, meaning to reveal or release. Example, this dish brings out the flavor. Or they brought out a new album. Tip, used for flavors or products. Pull in, meaning to summon or phone. Example, we called in an expert. Or she called in sick. Tip, used for help or absences. Come in, meaning to enter or arrive. Example, come in, the door's open. Or the train came in late. Tip, used for entry or arrivals. Cut in, meaning to interrupt or merge into traffic. Example, don't cut in while I'm talking. Or he cut in front of me. Tip, used for conversations or driving. Drop back, meaning to fall behind or retreat. Example, he dropped back in the race. Tip, used for competitions or movement. Get ahead, meaning to succeed or advance. Example, hard work helps you get ahead. Tip, used for career or progress. Give over, meaning to hand over or stop doing something. Example, give over the documents. Or give over complaining. Tip, less common for handing or stopping. Go through, meaning to experience or examine. Example, she went through a tough time. Or go through the papers. Tip, used for emotions or reviews. Hang around, meaning to linger or spend time aimlessly. Example, they hung around after school. Tip, informal for loitering. Hold out, meaning to resist or offer. Example, they held out against pressure. Or he held out his hand. Tip, used for resistance or gestures. Keep back, meaning to withhold or stay behind. Example, keep back some money. Or she kept back in the crowd. Tip, used for reserving or staying. Let off, meaning to release or excuse. Example, they let off fireworks. Or he was let off with a warning. Tip, used for explosions or leniency. Look down on, meaning to feel superior to someone. Example, don't look down on others. Tip, negative for arrogance. Pass away, meaning to die. Example, her grandfather passed away last year. Tip, polite euphemism for death. Put back, meaning to return to original place or delay. Example, put back the book. Or the meeting was put back. Tip, used for returning or postponing. Run across, meaning to encounter by chance. Example, I ran across an old friend. Tip, similar to run into. Set aside, meaning to save or reserve. Example: set aside some time for studying. Tip: used for time or resources. Take on, meaning to accept a challenge or hire. Example: she took on the project, or they took on new staff. Tip: used for tasks or employment. Throw in, meaning to include something extra. Example: they threw in a free gift with the purchase. Tip: common in sales or deals. Turn over, meaning to flip or transfer. Example: turn over the pancake, or he turned over the business. Tip: used for flipping or handing over. Blow off, meaning to ignore or dismiss. Example: he blew off the meeting. Tip: informal can be rude. Break into, meaning to enter forcibly or start a new field. Example: they broke into the house, or she broke into acting. Tip: used for crime or careers. Bring forward, meaning to propose or move earlier. Example: let's bring forward the meeting. Tip: used for scheduling or ideas. Call around, meaning to phone multiple people. Example: I'll call around to find a plumber. Tip: similar to ask around. Come off, meaning to succeed or detach. Example: the plan came off perfectly, or the label came off easily. Tip: used for success or removal. Cut across, meaning to take a shortcut or affect multiple areas. Example: let's cut across the park, or this issue cuts across all departments. Tip: used for paths or broad impacts. Drop over, meaning to visit casually. Example: I'll drop over this afternoon. Tip: similar to drop by. Get around, meaning to travel or spread news. Example: I get around by bike, or the rumor got around quickly. Tip: used for movement or gossip. Give up on, meaning to stop believing in or trying. Example: don't give up on your goals. Tip: used for abandoning hope. Go ahead, meaning to proceed or take the lead. Example: you can go ahead with the plan. Tip: used to give permission. Hand down, meaning to pass on to the next generation. Example: this ring was handed down from my grandmother. Tip: used for heirlooms or traditions. Hold over, meaning to postpone or extend. Example: the show was held over for another week. Tip: used for delays or extensions. Keep out, meaning to prevent entry. Example: the sign says keep out. Tip: used for restrictions. Let up, meaning to reduce in intensity. Example: the rain finally let up. Tip. Used for weather or pressure. Look over. Meaning to review or inspect. Example. Look over the contract before signing. Tip. Similar to go over for checking. Pass up. Meaning to decline an opportunity. Example. Don't pass up this chance. Tip. Used for missed opportunities. Put in. Meaning to invest effort or submit. Example, she put in a lot of work. Or I put in a request. Tip. Used for effort or applications. Run through. Meaning to rehearse or use up. Example, let's run through the script. Or we ran through our savings. Tip. Used for practice or depletion. Setback. Meaning to delay or cost money. Example, the storm set back the project. Or this car set me back $5,000. Tip. Used for delays or expenses. Take over. Meaning to assume control. Example, she took over the company. Tip. Used for leadership or roles. Throw off. Meaning to confuse or discard. Example, his comment threw me off. Or throw off your old habits. Tip. Used for confusion or change. Turn in. Meaning to submit or go to bed. Example, turn in your homework. Or I'm turning in early tonight. Tip. Used for assignments or sleep. Walk away. Meaning to leave or abandon. Example, he walked away from the deal. Tip. Used for leaving situations. Work up. Meaning to develop or increase. Example, she worked up an appetite. Or he worked up the courage. Tip. Used for feelings or effort. Scover. Meaning to invite to one's home. Example, I'll ask them over for dinner. Tip. Similar to come over. Break up with. Meaning to end a romantic relationship. Example, she broke up with her boyfriend. Tip. Specific to romance. Come out. Meaning to be revealed or released. Example, the truth came out. Or her new book came out. Tip. Used for secrets or publications. Goodbye. Meaning to manage or survive. Example, I can get by with little money. Tip. Used for minimal resources. Put up with. Meaning to tolerate. Example, I can't put up with the noise. Tip. Used for enduring annoyances.